Hello and welcome to the Powderhorn Park Youth Podcast here at Spark Studios in Powderhorn Recreation Center, Minneapolis. I'm Bryce, the Spark Studio specialist here, and today's episode is actually a release of some footage that was captured in late February with a youth that comes in here fairly regularly. His name is Shawndray. He was learning how to set up two cameras into one computer using a program called OBS so that you can live switch between two different cameras. And in order to practice this setup, he decided to put on a little podcast where he interviewed me for a little while, so you'll get to see his interview. And then he took that footage, imported it into Final Cut Pro, and I worked with him a little bit to decide on, he decided on which titles should appear. You'll see some of the creative ways that he described himself and me, and then he decided on the intro music and the outro music, and then I did a little bit of editing touch-up, so it's just a little bit easier to get through. But for the most part, we'll call this about 70 to 85% student-created here at Powderhorn Recreation Center. Enjoy.
Hi, my name is Shawndray. I am 10, and I'm in this podcast because I thought of this one. So we're just going to go back to Bryce here and see what he has to say, tell him what he has to say. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for having me on your podcast, Shawndray. I'm really happy to be here. I'm really excited that you get a birthday coming up in 3 months. Do you have plans for your birthday?
Actually, yes, I do. I am going to be going to Hawaii.
What?
And I am going to be spending a bunch of time at the beach, eating snacks, going to the places. Yeah.
How do you get to go to Hawaii? Like, are you going to all the islands or just one of the island, or how does that work?
I'm just going to stay at the beach, just play. It's just going to be normal, so then I don't have to play a lot, so.
Do you get to, do anything like swim with the sharks or, go on one of those catamarans in the ocean, kind of thing, on a boat on the ocean?
I will go swimming with the turtles, maybe.
Okay.
And probably get a sea star, and yeah.
Does the ocean call to you?
No.
Are you gonna sing some Moana?
No.
Go out there and be like, what can I say except you're welcome? Something like that?
Yeah.
What do you want this podcast to be about? It's your podcast.
I probably want this podcast about different people.
Different people?
Around this park. So, yeah.
So you'd like to interview the different people that work and play here?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want to know about them?
I want to know what their age is, where they used to go to school at, if they are having a good life, anything.
Yeah. Do you have any of those questions for me?
Yes.
Okay, ask away.
How old are you, Bryce?
Do you have an idea of what you think my age is?
Yes.
What do you think it is?
I think you're around 29.
29?
Yeah.
I thought we've discussed my age already.
Oh.
I'm almost 10 years more than that.
36, 37, 38, 39.
Yeah.
You're 39.
I'm not 39. I'm 37.
Oh, okay.
Right, but this year, in September, I'll turn 38. So we're getting close. So I'm nearing 40.
Oh.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a pretty good sign if you think I'm in my 20s. I'm actually in my almost nearing 40. Yeah.
So, what do you usually do whenever you're at home and there's no work?
When there's no work, I like to relax. I do a lot of stuff. I keep my mind really busy. So even when I'm not at work, I tend to work on projects like music or improv. And so when there's nothing else on the calendar, I like to just sit back, relax, eat some ice cream, play some video games maybe. But I do like to keep my brain very busy.
What kind of games do you play?
Mostly Nintendo. I'm a big fan of the Zelda series. If a brand new Zelda game comes out, I'm probably going to buy the system that it's on because I love Zelda.
Well, who are any family members or lovers that you have?
You want me to list my whole family?
No, you don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to. We can just say some people that you have.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I really love my mom, and she's married to my stepdad, so I see them a lot. And my grandma, my mom's mom, I get to visit her every month or so. And they're down in Prior Lake, Lakeville area, so I like to go down and visit them. I like to buy breakfast for my grandma, and those are the people. And then I have a girlfriend who I love very much.
What do you do when it's just you and you just go to work? What do you do at work all day?
What do I do at work all day? This stuff. I teach kids how to do these setups. I mean, having these cameras set up. You set up all of this equipment, right? I mean, do you want to explain to the people at home what you just did before we hit record?
So everybody, what you do is first you want to get your camera set up on the stand. Then what you want to do is you want to have one of these, and then you're gonna plug in this blue cord. When you get the blue cord, you're gonna plug it into the 4K thing. Then you're gonna grab this gray thing, and then if it's dead, then in the camera pack in the front one you will get a battery.
Yeah.
You take it out, then you put it, and then you insert it on the bottom of the camera. Then you want to plug it in into the camera, and then you want to plug in.
There's a lot of steps, right?
And then you want to plug it in, turn the camera on. Then you want to plug it into the computer.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have these two things that you can plug into the computer that has all the files. Then you go to OBS.
Yeah.
You will add camera 1. Then you'll add camera 2 for the other camera. That's this camera that will point to Bryce.
Hello. We got two cameras set up.
So then you're gonna put the audio for the camera. So then you can hear whatever you're talking about. And then whenever you're done, you can take the camera off the stand, pack it up. You have this bag that you can buy that at least costs $200 to $500.
We don't know how much that bag was.
Yeah, and then you get to bring it back to and then you get to bring it back home. And that's all the steps.
Nice. Really, though, disregarding all of the different technical details of how to set up the cameras, is really cool to see you try to figure out what cord went where, right? You pulled them out of the boxes and you were like, oh, what does this do? Where do I plug this in? You tried some stuff and it didn't work, but then you tried a new thing and then it did work, and that's really cool.
So that's for all, folks.
That's all.
So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next podcast. Goodbye.
And that is Shawnday's The Best Podcast Ever. I hope you enjoyed hearing what he had to say and seeing what he can do with just a little bit of time and a little bit of setup and a whole lot of inspiration. If you're interested in being part of this podcast, and of course you're from the ages 10 to 18, come on in on Wednesday afternoons, 4 to 6 p.m., Powderhorn Recreation Center here in Minneapolis, and we'll record a podcast with whatever you'd like to speak about. But that's today's episode. I've been Bryce Kalal. That has been Shawndray. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you on the next one.